Hey everybody, and welcome to the 22nd week pregnancy vlog. This is updating you on the last week. Let's jump right into it. I'm gonna look on my iPhone because I was taking some notes. It's hard to kind of keep track, let alone, with pregnancy brain and all, but just the weeks kind of go by and you kind of forget the little milestones that you're hitting, so I have my little cheat sheet. So yes, 22 weeks. He is about the size of an eggplant and probably just as skinny. He's starting to form some fat layers, but he's still pretty skinny and just developing those bones and whatnot. And I went to the doctor a couple days ago actually, which I'll get into, but he weighs just about a pound. So he's right on track there. So yeah, about 11 to 12 inches crown to heel. That's probably why I'm feeling him kick a ton, because he's taking up more space and he's just becoming a little more active, especially during the nighttime. I know I mentioned in my last vlog it was the morning and night. It still is like that. This last week is just more at night. He likes to jam out nocturnal style. So we had a doctor's appointment on, let's see, it was earlier this week, and it was a echocardiogram. That's what it was scheduled as. Now we went in and saw a specialist, and she did an in-depth ultrasound, and this just stemmed from, and I got into it in my last vlog, but this just stems from the previous testing that we had done. It was on the books scheduled, so we decided to go, and again, we were really happy that we went because we had another chance to see our little guy, and we got amazing pictures this time from the ultrasound. So I'll include that in the thumbnail from one of his show-off moments. He was very photogenic, he was very cooperative, and got an A+ rating from the technician, so that doesn't mean anything, but unless he's applying for college, and knowing in 2032, he'll probably need the transcripts from his first ultrasound or echocardiogram. But anyway, he passed with flying colors, and we just got to see a lot of more in-depth of his anatomy, of just kind of things going on, and it was really cool. So we definitely confirmed that he is a little boy. I saw it right away. And then we got to see his bone structure. We counted all of his fingers, all of his toes. She looked at his kidneys. He was yawning, so he yawned a couple times. We were completely boring him, but that was great to see. And then towards the end, he was doing his like sucking kind of swallowing motions. His little lips were just, together, and he was swallowing, and you could see his profile pretty perfectly, so that was really fun to see. Yeah, and then I measured completely on schedule, so you can measure where your uterus is by just pressing. The doctor will show you how to do it, and then I think around 20 to 22 weeks, you're right about an inch or so above your belly button, so right on schedule with that. My weight is 132 for this week, and it was pretty interesting in the doctor's visit. She was looking back on my progress and stuff, and I guess I had skipped. I was progressing, pound here, pound there, and then I jumped from 122 now to 132, and she's like, "Whoa, you gained 10 pounds in like a short amount of time." Well, okay, thanks, lady. But yeah, it just was, I think, because early on I wasn't really eating. I was eating, but I was sick, and so I wasn't getting the right things, and I think my body was just trying to adjust that way. So I think when I started to become, back on schedule and feeling great and normal and not nauseated, and eating more, I obviously gained weight. And there's a whole lot more going on. Obviously he is now a pound, so that adds to it. The boobs are getting bigger, the butt is probably getting a little bigger, but there's more blood through my bloodstream. The placenta weighs, a certain amount of pounds, so that all contributes. And, she wasn't worried, but it was just funny how she was like, "Whoa, you jumped like a lot since the last visit." Whatever. That visit was technically considered an echocardiogram. Now, I was kind of confused because it was just a pure ultrasound. We did listen to the heartbeat, we got to see the heart and all that stuff, but she did mention, she's like, it's not a true echocardiogram. So I'm not really sure if it was or it wasn't. It didn't seem like it was more in depth, just the heart-wise, but we, because she didn't see anything that would, warrant going more in depth, I guess. So that was good. I mean, that's always a positive thing. So emotionally this week, again, that hasn't really changed. I think I mentioned in my last vlog that we're just kind of on cloud nine, knowing that he's, you know, a little boy, and now we can start thinking of boy names and all of that good stuff. And I guess what made me really happy was I received from my mom in the mail an outfit for him around 3 months old that he can wear to like the pool and stuff. And I guess emotionally this just made me a little, you know, not cry, but I just got, you know, excited and stuff, is to see these little tiny sandals. So these are little like beige sandals that he can wear to the pool. They Velcro in the back. I just think they are the cutest thing. Look how teeny these are. Come on. These are from Baby Gap, and the rest of the outfit, I mean, I'll do probably a baby haul here coming up soon. Sorry for all that banging. But there's a little straw fedora hat and little swim trunks that are, you know, that have like palm trees on them. I mean, they're the smallest swim trunks I've ever seen in my life. They're the cutest thing. So emotionally, just on cloud nine with all this stuff happening. Spiritually, it's kind of staying the same. I just kind of get in a routine where I talk to the baby, and I think it helps too. I mean, when I film these videos, I'm just talking by myself, so he's hearing my voice. Kelly, my husband, again, will, you know, talk to the baby every chance he gets, and at night he'll sing to the baby and all that good stuff. And I've just really been enjoying those belly buttons that I spoke about last week that attach to your stomach, and then you can listen to the music through like a splitter, or, you know, you can go about editing videos or doing homework or whatever you're doing, and the baby is getting the right amount of decibel level to be able to hear the music safely. So that's been really, really cool, I think. Now physically, outside of the weight gain and stuff like that, my sleep cycles have been a little bit crazy, and this started a few weeks ago. And again, I think it's just preparation for what's to come, but I get up between 4 o'clock and like 5 o'clock, 5:30 maybe, and then I'm up for a good solid hour. And when I wake up, I use the restroom, and then I get hungry right then. So I'll usually drink one of my Orgain, you know, protein drinks that just kind of takes the hunger away, and it's nutritional. And it's not just sitting in my stomach like a weight, so I can go back to sleep in an hour. But then I've just been tossing and turning, and it's just, I can't get comfortable, and it's only going to get worse because my belly is going to just grow. And I do have the, I think it's the Bump Nest baby pillow, like the pregnancy pillow, which has been amazing. But now I'm having to use another pillow alongside that. So it's just going to be this huge pillow fort, you know, that it already exists in my bed. Like, I love pillows. I love sleeping with a lot of pillows, and my husband sleeps with one, and he hates it. So it's only going to get worse for him. But yeah, other than that, let's see. My stomach, the stretches, the round ligament pain hasn't really been happening this week, but I can just feel like a lot of pressure at certain times, you know, down there, which is fun. Names. Thank you so much for your suggestions in the comments from last video. Those are really cute baby boy names. If you have any more, and just throw them out. They could be super random or something that you heard. Taking suggestions for sure on those. We are in the midst of baby shower planning. Now, I am really lucky to be able to have family that lives in California and family that lives in Colorado. I'm having 4 showers, I think, which is probably excessive. But really, I just look at it as a time to celebrate, and it's not about the gifts or the showering of gifts. It's more about, you know, being able to see my great friends and my family that I love and celebrate this amazing time with them, and just tell stories and hang out. I don't really want to do baby games, like those games where there's like candy bars and diapers and you have to smell them and taste them, and that's just not what I want to spend my time doing. I'm not saying there's anything against that if you choose to do that, but we're not going to do any games. I just want to hang out with my friends, and a lot of them have kids, so I just need to get some mommy advice. And I will be sure to vlog and all that stuff about the shower, so you can see them and come along with me with that. So this week I really focused on doing a birth plan. I selected a doula, and my doula actually just kind of wanted an overview of how I saw my birth going, just to get an idea, and I found a great resource online. Now I would suggest, if you're having a baby or kind of any other project that you're tackling, to get organized. And I'm not the most organized person, but I do kind of hunker down and get things together when I know that it's important, when I need to, especially documents wise. So I started just a file folder binder kind of deal. Wish it was a trapper keeper. I just labeled it. It says all things baby binder, because this has different, has my little ultrasound right there so I can look at him. But I have little categories. So the first one is the baby register checklist. So I have those checklists, things to bring to the hospital and stuff like that. I have my health insurance receipts, and then an outline of my benefits, and just kind of some prenatal info packets, and this goes through certain things during my doctor's appointments, checkups. It will just kind of give an overview of the past visits. So I keep those. Those are all online, but I keep those in here as well. And then it has my birth plan, and I typed it out. It also has postpartum info and emergency numbers and stuff like that, and hospital visit information and all that good stuff. I found this online because they have a lot of templates online, just to kind of get you checking off things or thinking about things. But this is from the Earth Mama Angel Baby website, and it's earthmamaangelbaby.com, and it's a really great resource. I think you can't see it, but I'll go through kind of some of the questions. It's really something good to give to your doctor or your doula or anybody that you want to read this without having to. A lot of people spend time writing like essay formed birth plans, and I think that's great, but it just kind of isn't really necessary. Not that I don't think people are going to read it, but it's just easier for, especially in that environment, for people just to kind of look through, okay, let's look at a checklist instead of like, let's read about your hopes and dreams. Like, it just doesn't seem realistic to me. So this has your top information, like your name, your partner's name, address, your phone number, your date of birth, your doctor, and then the hospital that you're delivering at. And then it'll go through little categories such as behavior. Behavior is gonna be crazy. Before labor begins, it talks about if if you're past your due date, if you want to extend your pregnancy as long as, seems natural, as long as you and the baby are healthy, or if you want to be induced, or, stuff like that. It'll go into depth with that. It'll talk about if you want to labor as long as possible at home, or if you want to get straight to the hospital, vaginal exams, if you want those or not, and then the hospital admittance, if you want to stay at the hospital regardless of how far along dilated you are, but you are in contractions, you are in active labor, that kind of thing, because sometimes they'll send you home. It goes into induction, because that's kind of something that happens quite often these days. It asks who I would like to have in the birthing room, and you can list specific names. Do not allow these certain things, or certain people, I guess. And then it talks about pain relief, goes through medications if you want them or not, how natural you want to go, monitoring, how you want to be monitored throughout your labor, and then how you want to kind of prepare for the birth, whether that's through breathing techniques or yoga or epidural or whatnot. The second stage of labor is another category, and it just kind of goes through like most in-depth resource that I found online was through this website. So I would really suggest, if you're planning on doing a birth plan, just check it out. I'm really happy with my birth plan. Now I know things don't always go as planned, and my biggest advice without even having a baby would probably just be open-minded to a lot of things, but I know things could change. So I just have to accept that. So that is it for my 22nd week pregnancy vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your kind and supportive and reassuring and just amazing comments from the last video. I will have these up once a week for you guys throughout the rest of my pregnancy, fingers crossed. And yeah, if you have any suggestions on what you want me to talk about specifically, leave those in the comments and I will try my best. Hope you're having a fantastic week and I will see you at week 23. Bye.